D04839, State of Texas versus Alejandro Grado. Mr. Huffman, so what do we know about the living situation?
So, Judge, the only place that...
So I need you to select English, I think.
Sorry about that, Judge. Your Honor, the only place that Mr. Grado can live is with his brother-in-law, and that's the sister's husband. Now, the brother-in-law and the sister they've separated, but he does, and the brother-in-law has been calling me quite a lot and asking about Mr. Grado. And according to Mr. Grado, he does have permission to live with the brother-in-law. The problem being is it's about 4 houses down from his wife.
What's the situation with the home? I mean, is she living there, or are she and the children living there, or what's going on?
They are, Judge. And I don't basically, Judge, the situation is she has basically left Mr. Grado. Mr. Grado accepts that and doesn't want any problems with her. The kids, there are 3 kids under 18, and they're kind of, and I don't know if it's intentional, but I have not been able to contact them or the wife. So I don't think that the situation with them is good right now.
Got it. Okay. All right. Anything else?
Judge, he is an LPR. There is no ICE hold.
Okay.
And like I said, the only injuries that I could see is maybe a little scab on the complaining witness's arm. And so that's all I have, Judge.
Okay, Ms. Rago?
Yes, Your Honor. The defendant doesn't have any criminal history. There was an issue with the hammer. The defendant yelled, "I'm going to kill you," and this was directed at the victim. He then swung the hammer at the victim and then punched the victim with a closed fist, Your Honor. The photos do indicate some redness to the cheek, eye, and then there was a scab on the elbow. And so the state is concerned about the safety of the victim just because of proximity as well of where, if released, the defendant is planning on living, Your Honor. Okay,
I'm sorry, I may have forgotten this. What does he do? Does he work?
So, Judge, before he was arrested, he was cleaning Socorro Middle School. So he's basically like a custodian, but I don't believe he has that job anymore.
Okay.
But that's the type of work he does.
Okay, so you're right. Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and grant the request to reduce the bond, but you're right. I cannot give him a full PR bond. So he's going to have a $1,000 cash surety bond, a $9,000 PR bond. He's going to report monthly. He's going to have a curfew from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. unless he's working. Is to have no offensive contact. He's going to have no contact with the complainant, but no offensive contact with his wife or children. I just think this is, volatile kinds of situations. So we don't want any problems, Mr. Grado. He is going to be required to stay with the brother-in-law. I'm not going to put a proximity. I mean, I think it's hard enough. I'm not going to say, can't come within a certain distance, but the no contact and the no offensive contact orders are there. This is where I don't think it's a good idea for them to be in the same place for now. If that changes, for example, if this goes down the road where, wife moves or whatever, then so be it, then, we can go ahead and do that, but he needs to get permission. So for now, he's required to live at the residence with the brother-in-law. You may not change your place of residence without court permission, and you may not leave El Paso County without court permission. Mr. Grado, please understand, these are conditions of your bond and they restrict your behavior only. They don't restrict anybody else. So if anybody involved in this situation or near this situation is inflaming the situation or trying to cause trouble, you know, it's no excuse to say, well, you know, they did this, they did that, because at the end of the day, you're the only one that is under my supervision, at least pre-trial. And you're the only one with consequences here in this case. If they end up instigating something, then you need to use your judgment and call the authorities if you feel that you're being threatened or anything like that. But right now, as we are awaiting your trial date here and your case is proceeding forward, you're the only one that's under any kind of scrutiny. So don't give me a reason to pull your bond, because if you violate your conditions and I have to pull your bond, you're going to end up right where you are right now. What else? I'm going to have him possess. I don't know that there's any indication of firearm, but you know, I don't know if he has any weapons. I don't want him to possess any firearms if he does. No ammunition. Subject to testing. I mean, just basic stuff. Yeah, he has it. Does he have any resources, Mr. Huffman?
No, he might be able to get some help from his brother-in-law, but
All
they're
right.
also very limited.
All right, so that's the order of the court. Anything else, Ms. Rago, that you want on those conditions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so 1-9 split. All right,